Hey everyone, my name is Hope and welcome to another video. Funny thing, just as I was getting ready to record for this video, the Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 teaser trailer dropped, and I was like, that timing is crazy. That's crazy because the other day I was just looking up anything on Chapter 5 because I hadn't seen any updates, and then boom, here we go, teaser trailer, which I honestly don't know what to expect from the new game. I honestly don't, because aside from the fact that I'm assuming we're going to be in the labs area while the testing is done is what I can deduce from the teaser trailer. But beyond that, I don't know. I'm assuming something's going to happen to Poppy, seeing as her sign is being burned and we hear, I'm assuming it's her voice? But I don't know. And what is that glowing goo on the ground? Is that the inside stuff? I don't know what the word is. Is it made from the poppies? Because when the fourth game ends, we see all the rows of the poppies. So I don't know how any of that works. Looking over all the games, I realized that they progressively get scary, which makes sense because chapter 1 wasn't super scary. I don't think it was super long either, because the only scary thing to me, at least, was the first part when Huggy disappears. This hulking creature is just gone. No, I didn't sign up for this. No, thank you. Mommy Longlegs wasn't as much creepy as she was just more, for lack of a better word, maniacal, where she was just more like evil and whatever. But oh my gosh, the Simon Says part with the buttons and the lights and Benzo Bunny, like that. And then her death was a little frightening because I think that's the first time we see the prototype, I think. And then the third game where we get the smiling critters, which, oh, I love Dog Day. Dog Day was my favorite for that game. And he was so sweet. I was so sad when he died. I was like, oh no, because I wish that we could have saved him, because that would have been the best and I would have enjoyed that so much. A tiny part of me did feel a little bad or sympathetic towards Catnap when he died, because he looked up to the prototype, obviously a little too intensely, and it was a little bit too devout. But understanding the circumstances around everything happening since the Hour of Joy and how the prototype would promise to save them or whatever, and then to have that completely flipped on its head and the prototype is the one that kills Catnap, I was just like, oh, that's so sad. I felt so bad. Even though it was directly after the whole chase sequence or whatever, where you have to not die from Catnap. The scariest thing of all the games so far were his hallucinations that he made you have from the gas. Nah, that was not it. The sequence with Miss Delight in the schoolhouse actually reminded me of the endoskeleton hallway chase sequence in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, where you have the endoskeleton chase after you if you're not looking at them. Which obviously the Miss Delight one was different because there's just her, but she's talking to you and it's creepy compared to the endoskeletons, which are just moving in the background. You can hear them. I loved Pianosaurus. He was my favorite before the game came out because he was a dinosaur and a piano, and his voice actor was Kane from the Amazing Digital Circus. So I was like, you can't get a better combination. And then he dies the first 9 or so seconds that you see him. And I was like, that's fantastic. He was so underused. I was so sad. But Doey, I loved Doey. Oh man, Doey was the man. Doey was so cool. I just really enjoyed his character. He was kind of awkward, but funny. And you could see how much weight and responsibility he was carrying, trying to protect everyone and Safe Haven. And then when Safe Haven gets blown up, when Safe Haven gets blown up, he's past his point of anything and he's just done with it. He's done with Poppy, done with the player character. He's like, nah, you were supposed to protect him. You were supposed to do this. You didn't. You lied. And I'm just like, what? Reasonable crash out. To be fair, he did a lot. So I'm understanding of his reaction to that. This chase sequence thing was intense. That was, gosh, not fun. Having to run around that whole construction site and doing all the things. And I felt bad. His death was painful and very sad. But my overall favorite character of every single one of them would probably be like Kissy Missy, because I just think she's just been there. She hasn't tried to kill us. She hasn't done anything. She's been there. She stayed when Poppy was like, no, I'm scared. I'm going to leave. First of all, I just feel like she was so gullible to be like, oh, Ollie is my friend. I don't even know how she quote unquote met Ollie or whatever. But the moment we hear or meet Ollie or whatever, that's the prototype. That's not a real child. At least not anymore if it was. But that's also me coming right out of playing Security Breach Ruin, where the mimic impersonates Gregory with Cassie. So I was like, no, that's not Ollie. He's not actually there. The ending was cool though. The ending where you see Yogi come out of the shadows, that was pretty cool. Wasn't prepared for him to start banging on the glass though, but I'm excited for chapter 5. I'm pretty sure it's the end of it, which it has to be because we can't go any deeper in this gosh darn building. Every chapter we just go so many levels deeper, and I'm like, how are there construction vehicles like that deep underground? I don't know how construction works, so I really can't say anything on that, but the depth of this building baffles me. So we can't go any further. We literally cannot. I refuse to accept that we're going any deeper. Otherwise, we're reaching the center of the earth, guys. There's nowhere else to go. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of the next chapter, what's going to happen, or anything like that. And I hope you all have a blessed day, and peace out.